Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. Today we're going to do a step-by-step guide on how to sow aubergines, or if you're over the pond, eggplants. Now, the eggplant or the aubergine it's got a very long growing season, so we want to get started early on this one. So January, February, even March. And if you are sowing in March, let's hope for an extended season to give you the best and the ripest and the fullest eggplants you can get. So in terms of trays, you can use a normal cell tray like this. Well, anything you have your hands on, pot, or dinky little seed tray like this. And we'll use this today and I'll explain why a little bit later. But it's a new one, a lot more rigid than these, and it has a silicone bottom, so should be fun. Let's go ahead and fill this up. So this is a normal multi-purpose compost, and it has been sieved, so there are no big lumps in there. And what we want is some perlite, and we'll mix that in, and this helps with the drainage. You want it around a 10% mix. Now, what I like about this seed tray is it has a silicone bottom, so it makes it very easy to get the plugs out. It's new on me this year. It's a rigid plastic on the top, so it should last a bit longer than the ones I normally use. So hopefully better for the environment and easier for us gardeners. So let's go ahead and fill this up. There you go, and that's one seed tray nice and full. You can, the perlite, it is an optional extra, by the way. You don't have to have it. If you want it, it's available in small bags or very giant bags. I'll leave a link in the description. It just works out better value if you buy a huge bag. So today we're going to sow a variety called Black Beauty. It's always done me well, so I'm going to go with this one. And because these cells are quite small, we'll go for one seed per cell and we'll see what happens. If you were sowing in something this sort of size, I would definitely go 2 seeds per cell. And if all you have is a flower pot, then I would sprinkle them across the top and then pick the seedlings out as they grow on, and then repot them on into their individual pots when you have your seedlings. So in this case, let's go ahead and just put the seeds on the top of the soil for now. Seeds, they look very much like pepper seeds. Try and pick the best ones you can. Some of the seeds in the packets don't look that good, so choose wisely. And now we want to very carefully sprinkle some compost over the top, very lightly. And then just press it down. And then what we'll do, we'll water her in very gently. And for now, that's all we need. And we'll put her back in the little base of the seed tray. and then we'll pop a lid on. And this is the important part, which is coming up next. So first of all, we'll write a label. So aubergine. And now for the important part. So here we go. Here's the important stage. So you've now got your aubergines in your lovely little seed tray, and maybe a plastic bag on them, or a heated propagator with a lid on. So we need the moisture, and that's why it's all steamed up nicely. So we'll go ahead, we place the seedlings into the heated tray, and we want to heat these around 20 to 30 degrees. So your sweet spot is around 21 for quicker germination, but the lower the temperature, the longer they'll take to germinate. And if it's too low, seeds may rot out, so bear that in mind. A heated tray like this will do wonders. Keep it indoors at room temperature. It doesn't need light at this stage, not to germinate. But once it germinates and the seedlings are out, then you can put it in light in a sunny spot or under grow lights. So now let's take a look at the aubergine seedlings. These are ready to come out of the heated propagator and to go now under grow lights for the majority of the next stage. And we want the temperature of these to be around 16 or 17 degrees. So if you have a heated mat and you can set the temperature, then that's a good one. Or 16 to 17 or 17 to 18 is generally room temperature. So these will remain indoors on a sunny windowsill or under grow lights until we can plant them out after the risk of the last frost. So sort of time scale on these germinating. If you do heat it to around 21 degrees and you keep it in a warm place. So what I do with this, I keep it inside the house and on a heated tray. And these will germinate in about a week. So they're very fast to germinate. If a lower temperature, clearly longer. But it depends what setup you have and what you're using. If you are putting it next to a radiator in your main room on a sunny windowsill, you'll probably get the same results. But if you don't see anything after 3 weeks, you've probably either got a bad set of seeds or your temperature's not hot enough for it to germinate. So it's an easy fix there because you know what you're doing wrong. So let this cook, let it germinate over the next week or couple of weeks. Once it's broke the surface and you have a full seedling, it's then time to put it under grow lights. And it's up to you on sort of how long you want to place it under grow lights. So if it's in a sunny position on a south facing windowsill, it's going to get the sun all day long, so that's a good thing. But you do want to try and put it under some sort of artificial light to extend that sort of growing season, that growing cycle, as the days are very short at the moment. So you can use your grow lights towards the end of the evening or early in the morning until the sun rises and then hits the seedlings. If you get a very dull day or a very dark, rainy day, leave it under the lights. These, I do have a video on the channel about the cost and what sort of style lights I run, and it will surprise you. They are very, very cheap. But yeah, please search your channel, and if you do like any sort of videos in this sort of style, follow along and tell you exactly what to do and when to do it, please give me a thumbs up, comment below, and good luck with your aubergines or your eggplants if you're over the pond, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.